Hello, hope you're well. So what I thought we would do today is we would just continue a little bit of what we were doing yesterday. So yesterday we were looking at developing some sort of cartoon type style eyes and how we can make them look happy, sad, upset, surprised, just by changing certain little aspects. So what I thought we'd have a go at today is try adding a mouth as well as some eyes. So we're starting to build up a little bit more emotion and a little bit more detail in our characters. I thought it was quite a good way of learning yesterday. So we'll have a go at that. I'm going to use the pencil and a Sharpie again, and hopefully we can come up with some quite fun little characters that we could then maybe start to develop into full-blown characters. So let's get started. I'll do the same as what we did yesterday, and I'll just kind of fill this page starting in this top left corner. So we're going to start with a sort of circular shape. So these are our eyes to begin with. And we're going to pop a mouth in on this character. An eyebrow at the top. Now quite often you see these characters with sort of teeth, and it's just kind of a block. So you'll see this in a second when I go over it with the Sharpie. Remembering from yesterday's lesson that we're going to leave a bit of a highlight in the eyes, and that's always going to appear in the same sort of position on the pupil or on the iris. So if it's a top left light source, we're going to put the highlighted area in the top left. So there's our pupil. We've got a little bit of a highlight or a shine coming from the top. An eyebrow on that side there. And then this mouth that's sort of open and it looks quite friendly. And you'll see, I'm going to block the rest of this mouth out now, and you'll see that it's got this set of teeth, and we're only looking at the top part. That Sharpie's almost run out. Let's see how this one fares. And then I'm just going to erase some of those pencil lines. So we've got a sort of, I'm not entirely sure what his expression is there. He's, you know, maybe slightly surprised, I guess. But we've added that mouth in, the eyes again, just a slightly different variation of this. So if you were maybe looking to start animating, and obviously what we do in animations is we just make a slightly different change with each drawing. We could maybe add a slightly different kind of expression that we were working towards. You know, maybe this character, you know, was talking, or he was looking at something and then becoming surprised. You know, we could do a slight variation of this one. So we've got those same sort of eyes. We've got the same pupils. and a similar mouth. But this time we've altered the mouth slightly. Block those teeth in again. You know, we could, if we wanted to add a tongue in, we could add the tongue into that side. Obviously his eyebrows are both lowered down now. We've got this look to him. And this is what I said, I think, towards the end of yesterday's session, that we can play around with these as much as we like and just alter things and change things. As long as we've got the basic concept and the foundation there. And then block that out. And you can see we've got a similar face, but we've changed things slightly. Let's have a go now at adding maybe a tongue, making this character look like he's sticking his tongue out. We're going to have two slightly more circular eyes for this one, similar size. Some eyebrows, and then a similar mouth to these two. We've got that smile crease, but instead of drawing the mouth, what we're going to do now is we're going to draw a tongue in there. And some pupils. And we'll put the highlight or the shine at the top right corner now. Make sure that corresponds on both. And we've got this big tongue, so he's possibly blowing a raspberry at somebody there. And we've got, again, we can see that the foundation's the same character, but we've just changed things ever so slightly to give us a completely different look. So let's have a go now at making a very small mouth. So this changes things. So we're going to have our character looking sort of up over to the right. These puzzled eyebrows, and we've got this very small mouth looking over to the right there. So again, we've completely changed the look of our character just by changing the shape of his mouth and bringing these eyebrows slightly closer in together. Let's do a big cheesy smile. So let's get this character looking maybe posing for the camera or something, I guess. Big smile. And we're going to make sure that we see the teeth, just to show that this isn't just an open mouth like this one was, this character's actually smiling. Pupils with the slight shine in there. And again, we've got a completely different look to our character. So let's have a look at doing an angry, almost shouting, aggressive type face. So we're going to have these eyebrows are pointing downwards towards the nose. Eyes are much smaller, so the cheeks are raised. Pupils in there. Just showing some creases around the side of the mouth, and we're going to be able to see the teeth again. And then when we block that out, we'll see that we've transformed this character into one that's quite angry. In actual fact, this character that we've just drawn here actually reminds me of, there is a character in a film, the film's called Inside Out, and there's a character, I think he is an angry character, he's the little red character, and it reminds me of him. So we block all of this out now, leaving the whites of the teeth. And now we've got a character that's shouting, screaming. Guess he could be calling for help, possibly. Okay, so let's have a look at, let's do a face that is kind of looking smug, maybe up to no good. So we're only going to see half of the eyes. The eyebrows are going to be I'm going to do half of a little smile there. Pretty happy with himself, I think. He might have just got away with something. I've got a small highlight in there. So again, just by altering the eyebrows, changing the shape of the mouth and the size of the mouth, we've got a completely different looking character yet again. Okay, let's have a go at a A really cheesy grin. So 2 eyes fairly close together. We're putting these cheek lines in at the bottom of our character's eyes there, just to show that the cheeks are being raised because the mouth is smiling. It tends to be what happens when we smile. And this time we're just going to add those teeth in. A little bit more detail on the teeth. We're going to put the lines in of the teeth and do some big pupils on this character. So the shine's up in the top right of the corner, or top right of the eye. Raised eyebrows and a big smile. I'm actually going to make this slightly bigger than I did with the pencil. I want a big grin. And then just mark some teeth out there. So again, a different smile. There's lots of different smiles and different ways that we can adapt the facial features. Let's fill another couple down on this bottom row. So let's do a winking eye. We did some winking eyes yesterday, so we're going to just expand on that. So when we're doing a winking eye, we just show the eyelid top and bottom that are closed. And the mouth for a winking eye. Just showing some teeth on that top jaw there. I'm going to put a cheek line in. Make that slightly smaller. Block the mouth out. And we've got a character that's winking. So we're going to do a solid line now across the top for the eyebrows themselves. Let's make those eyes bigger. Let's get rid of those there. I want them to be bigger than that. So we're flattening the features out on this character. To give our character a inquisitive type look, maybe pondering over something, thinking about something. And then, whatever he was thinking about, he suddenly realizes that he's made a terrible mistake. He's maybe trusted the wrong person or given the wrong information. And his facial expression goes from a pensive look, thoughtful look, into one of absolute horror. And what you can see I'm doing with this one is I've completely changed the size. So we've got some really big eyes, but what we've done is we've changed the size of the pupils. And we've made very small pupils. The mouth is obviously pointing down. A little hint of a tongue or something in there, and these eyebrows are pointing up. So we've gone from very flat features to this one that looks extremely scared and nervous. Got room for one more on there. So our character has now realised something's wrong, and then it suddenly dawns upon him that, let's have a think, so we're going to have these eyebrows that are now making that mouth slightly bigger. We can see a tongue in there. I like these characters looking up to the top right for some reason. I just like the look of them. So he's getting slightly angry, I would guess now. He's realised his mistake from the last face. And he's maybe then starting to shout some orders out, try and rectify. Whatever it was that he realised in the last picture. Just get rid of a few of those. Brilliant. Okay, so we've filled another page. Let's have a look. We've got yesterday's and today's there now. We can see most of those, all of those. So by adding a mouth now and changing the shapes of mouths and the size of pupils and things like that, again, still using the eyebrows, we've created another group of characters that we could then develop and add some hair and things like that too. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. Have a play around with them with the different eyes. You could maybe add some crying eyes in there, or these bloodshot eyes. You know, we could maybe, to one of these characters that's got these big eyes, if we added a few of those very faint lines, maybe in a red pen, we could make that character look as though they were even more scared or tired. We could add a few. I'm not entirely sure any of these characters looks as though they're crying. Let's add some to this one. So, you know, if we just added a few of those tears, probably doesn't go quite well enough with the face itself, but you get the idea. So you can have a play around with those. Now you've got the template. Thanks for watching. I've enjoyed that one. I'll see you after the weekend. Hopefully we'll we'll be getting back to some sort of normality soon. But until we are, we'll continue. Thanks for watching.